Hello everyone, it is Jacob with the second video. I finally swapped to Flicker Strike and I would like to present you like the budget version that you can get going for like 250k, but if you are willing to farm a bit more and get better rolls on items, like 1 million or 2 million gold invested into the build, it starts feeling really good and you will deal a lot of damage. This time I took an inspiration from a document that my friend shared to me from Discord. I don't know the author of it, so if you are watching the video, feel free to let me know and I will gladly like give you the credit in the description. But as you can see, this 50-60 million DPS on a single target is without any incarnation points. And that should be enough to get you through the entire hell, even killing all the bosses. And as you get more levels, the build just gets stronger. I will give you hints on how to progress the Incarnation tree. And once you complete hell and you get access to satanic zones, this is what the clear would look like without the Incarnation tree. So as you can see, the AoE is not as huge, but when you are blinking around really quickly, the clear still is okay. And as you get more levels, the clear gets way better and you start dealing way more damage. So yeah, this is the clear without the Incarnation tree. Now this would be the clear with the Incarnation tree. At around level 55, it would look like this. So as you can see, the AoE got way bigger. I got way more HP. The resistances on the build are capped at this point. It is not that hard to cap resistances. I will show you how to do it when you are able to like trade for the runes. And I will give you tips on how to get the runes even without the trade. So you could like self-farm them, or you might not know that you can like prospect higher runes to get lower ones. So yeah, I will give you those tips as well. So yeah, this is the clear with the Incarnation tree on. Now gear-wise, I would not suggest anyone to swap until you can afford at least the basic gear, which would, in my opinion, Eden's Harvester, the best weapon. You get 4 nut runes into it to get more attack speed, and the higher rolls you get on it, the better. You want to focus on attack speed and crit damage, basically, those 2 rolls. The plus skills do not matter that much early on. Later on, you want to get better rolls. The reft up passive, level 30, the higher level you get, the stronger it will be, obviously. But higher rolls will require more gold invested. You can get this weapon for around like maybe 40k on a budget. Yeah, really cheap. Helmet, Dragon Knight's helmet. There are other options. This one is the cheap one, which will provide you with extra damage to burning enemies. And since Pyro Technician is partly fire skill, you will burn enemies passively eventually, I believe. Yeah, you can see that one is burning, and like this will provide you with up to 25% extra damage to burning enemies, which is additional multiplier that multiplies all the other damage sources you get. So yeah, free damage. The same is with this, damage to burning targets, 42%, up to 42% from the caffeinated coffee container. And you can also get a little bit more fire damage by using Molten Paw in your secondary. You can swap between weapons by pressing X by default, I believe. And you get the buff into your skills, which you can cast and get fire enchant. The amount of minutes that it lasts is based on its level, so it can go up to level 30, I believe, and that lasts for like 5 minutes. Yeah, so that is for that. And you get base fire damage by doing this. A cheap extra bit of damage. For the shield, Tombstone is a cheap one. Try to get one with 6 sockets, because that will allow you to socket more arm runes, which will allow you to get more resistances through the shield. Now, so those are the 3 pieces that I would focus on to get in before swapping to the build. Then a cheap belt, Warboss's trophy belt, a lot of strength, some crit chance, and some critical strike damage, plus 50% enhanced damage. The other option that I was running with for a long time was Vagabond Strap, which is a bit more critical strike damage and flat physical damage. Yeah, another option that you can go for. But in the end I ended up with this one because the tooltip simply showed more damage. I'm not sure if it is better, but this is what I'm rocking with now. 30 extra strength and 8 vitality provides me with extra life as well, because I'm scaling strength into vitality through the Incarnation tree I will show later. So yeah, this gives you survivability together with the damage. Rings, Elven Graces, with as much critical strike damage as possible. Try to get +2 skills. Those are going for around 40, 50, 60k. But you can get cheap ones for like 2k, 3k for the start. Ravenclaws, the same. You can get low roll for like 3k. So yeah, you want to get as much critical strike chance and crit damage on this one as well. Armor, for the budget, Cocoon of the Berserker is the cheap one. It has so many mods because I socketed 3 random gems that I got, but it is basically a cheaper version of Executioner's Cocoon, which is the armor that I'm saving for now. Executioner's Cocoon looks like this, and this is the armor that I'm saving for right now. You can farm it in Act 3, I believe. So yeah, you would want to get that one. That is the best armor you can get for damage, I believe. Yeah, that is going for around 1 million on trade right now. So I'm saving up for that, but yeah. This is the cheaper version of that armor, basically. For gloves, Skinwalker's Paw, crazy value, a lot of attack speed, flat physical damage, crit chance and crit damage, like damage gloves right here. And for the boots, 50 base physical damage on these ones is huge. And you get a little bit of skill haste, which allows you to teleport more often. Yeah, great boots as well. For the flasks, you want to get the caffeinated coffee container, if you can. And then bottle of sake is also great option. For charms, you want to get ones that will provide you with extra life, which is Hardened Steel Defender. Then Gurak's Heart is fairly cheap as well if you go for a low roll, and it also provides you with a bunch of damage. And then I drop Satan's Chalice, which is attributes and fire skill damage, which increases the level of Pyro Technician. But I dropped those two, and before that I was using these. I showed them in the last video, which is a bunch of extra life. So yeah, and the other ones, a Witch's Claw plus 1 skill, and some Mana Leech. Mana Leech is very important, so get the Witch's Claw. That's like 60k. And then Traveler's Map. Attributes, all resistances, movement speed, and all skills. This one is great. The cheap ones are also going for around 50k, so yeah, affordable. And the rest of them, try to get life, defenses, vitality, strength, strength and vitality. Yeah, you get the idea. Strength increases your life as well. For the relics, I am still using the free proc ones, because these two provide you with extra movement speed, which helps with the clear, and then this one provides you with a lot of damage. And Twin Blade, critical strike, crit damage, But other options, this one early on, since we do not have a source of deadly blow anywhere, or I do not have a source of deadly blow anywhere, if I had higher level of this one is great. Deadly blow is like a second crit basically. Whenever you deal deadly blow, the blow deals 35% more damage, so it is like a second crit, let's say. Razor Blade, critical strike damage, also an option, a great option actually. Then if you are struggling with resistances, Triforce, if you want more life, Cheeseburger is great. Butterfly Knife would give you critical strike damage and attack speed, also great option. And then there is Fire Globe, which would increase the level of your Pyro Technician, but as you've seen, you do not really need a higher level of Pyro Technician for clear. You want to get higher level of all skills to scale the damage of the other skills that you will use for single target. It might seem like I have a lot of skills on the bar, but I will give you an idea of why that's the case, and you basically can even decide to drop some of them and do not use them. Since I'm talking about the skills already, let's hop onto them. This is the skill tree. 20 points into Headbanger, because that's a synergy for the other damaging skills. And since I already have 20 points in it, and I have its synergies as well, I'm using this one, this early on, as a single target damage, because it just deals insane damage whenever you encounter like bosses or whatever. So that's Headbanger. Then Crowd Dive, also great single target skill. I'm using it for single target damage and armor break. Then Pyro Technician, mobility and clear, you've seen it. Kills everything. And then support skills and synergies. Adrenaline Momentum, maxed at 1. Put 1 point into each of the rest. Then 1 point into Sacrilegious Symphony for a utility skill. And then the rest of the points into Crowd Pummeler. Now, if you do not want to press extra buttons, like on bosses, drop Mosh Pit Massacre completely, because this is a summon skill, and it does not scale with all the damage and attack damage we get from our gear. But it still is a bunch of extra passive damage on bosses, so I am keeping that. You simply press it once on a boss, and it keeps doing damage, and it gives you the leech. The disadvantage of it is that you have to press the extra button, and when you are mapping, it leeches a lot of mana. So when you do not have mana regen, which you do not have, you are leeching mana. This will drain you off of mana when you are not in combat. But on bosses, you are always attacking, or almost always attacking, and it can basically keep itself up and do the extra damage. It deals like 22 million DPS for me right now. So that's for the Mosh Pit. You can drop it, just put the extra point into Crowd Pummeler. Then another utility skill that I have is the Sacrilegious Symphony, and that if you do the star levels as I do, it will provide you with a 3-second buff. It basically increases your movement speed by 100%. So that helps you traverse map when there are no monsters around. You just press this. And the other utility that I get from this is it also pulls monsters together with the pulling crowd passive. So whenever you are encountering the like chest monsters, you can clump them together and AoE them down with Pyro Technician. And then when it's only one left, you use Headbanger to clear the stragglers. Now let's check the trees. So Pyro Technician, 5 points into damage, 2 points into attack speed as a travel points, then 5 points into area of effect for better clear, critical strike damage, critical strike chance. You can see 15% critical strike chance means that you need at least 85% critical strike chance here to have 100% chance to crit with the skill. and it gives you 100 extra critical strike damage as well, which is insane. And then this deals the AoE burning circles, also procs of other targets, because you can hit multiple targets. Yeah, great AoE with this one. Then for the crowd dive, which is sort of a mobility skill, but mainly it is our armor break skill. So 2 points into the damage and proc chance for the stun. A skill haste for cooldowns, 5 points into armor pierce or armor break, and 2 points into hammer dive as a travel. And then this flying fists basically turns the skill into this cone of fists, which deal a lot of damage, and they, as you can see, break the armor of the target. So that's why we use it there. And they also deal physical damage, so you deal bleeding with them. So that's a great single target skill here, and the rest 3 points that you get, you put into more damage. It deals a great single target damage there. For the headbanger, for now, it looks like this. You basically turn your head around and it creates these tornadoes. Whenever you can clump those tornadoes together, like this, and stay on the boss, they deal crazy damage, as you can see on the tooltip here. So yeah, the tree looks like this. I've experimented with it, or I did not really think about it much. I just put points into the tree and it dealt crazy damage, so I kept it like that. So 5 points into damage, 2 points here as travel, and then critical strike chance, 8% here, which would mean I want to get up to 92% critical strike chance to 100% crit with this one. And 3 points into hair tornado. That is what creates this hair thingy flying around that deals all the damage. And 2 points into bleed damage. The target is always bleeding, so this gives it, whenever this causes the bleed, it deals more damage. And then 5 points into chance to deal double damage. And then I'm putting 1 point into area of effect. Yeah, experiment with it yourself. You can remove a few points from the tree and put more of them into area of effect if you feel like it is not large enough. But we will eventually get so much area of effect from the Incarnation tree that I feel that it is not really necessary to put more into here. You could even consider putting it into more attack speed here. Yeah. But most of the times you will not need to use this skill. I only use it on bosses or the very tanky rares that I encounter. Now for another core skill would be Sacrilegious Symphony, and that would look like this. You want to put 2 points here into area of effect. That will allow you to pull monsters from further away. Then 2 points here as a travel note. And 2 points into free will. That is what gives you the 100% movement speed buff. And you could stop here and keep it like that. Or you can go further and put 2 points into here and 3 points into this. And that will pull all the monsters that it hits together. So you can AoE them down. And then 5 points into skill haste. So it has lower cooldown. And then I'm traveling to the left here for the Scorching Rifts, which gives you a chance to put stasis on a target. Later on I'm planning to use Chaos Walker boots, and stasis will basically count as an additional element, scaling the additional damage modifier from the Chaos Walker boots through this. So yeah, that is that. So that is for the 3 mosh pit. 5 points into summon amount, then you travel to the beach balls, because you are using it only on bosses. Then 5 points into attack speed, and 1 point into crit chance and crit damage. This is the damaging tree for this one. I noticed the beach balls disappearing when you are mapping for some reason. I do not know if it is a visual bug or the balls basically disappear and are not there when you move with the skill a lot. But yeah, I use it only on single target anyway, on stationary single targets anyway, so yeah, doesn't really matter that much. One skill point, one extra button to press on boss, but yeah, deals all the extra damage. Then attributes, early on dexterity for attack rating. Later on you want to put everything into strength. If you struggle with survivability really early on, put some points into vitality to get to around 3k HP. For health should be enough. Now let's check the Incarnation tree. For the Incarnation tree, I copied the one from the document. I will link you. I would though change the progression a little bit to make it easier for more general players. The document will suggest you to put points into the AoE first. What I would do instead, I would go for the strength stacking first. So I would go all the way here to get strength at its maximum life. Then you put 4 points here to get 5 total strength, 5% total strength. Then I would take these points first to get like 12% more strength. And then I would start putting points into AoE. Because you do not really need the AoE to clear efficiently, but you do not want to die while doing it, so you can get the levels faster. So take the strength nodes first, get more life, especially take this one that will provide you with a bunch of life. So you can see like almost 2k life just from that one, or 1.5k life just from that one. Yeah, get the strength nodes first, then get the rest. Getting the strength nodes up to here, it is I believe 19 points. Altogether it would put you to around level 35, hero level 35. So yeah, not that crazy. You can farm abominations with it and get the levels really fast. So this is my 59 level 3. I have 10% attack speed node here selected as well. And that's pretty much it, I believe. Yeah, for the mercenary, if you can afford it, this armor, if you are playing on trade, this armor, crazy value. Try to get high level of combat orders, which will increase your life by up to like I believe 60% if you get like level 50 or level 45 roll on that. And you can get up to 6 sockets, so you can socket up to 6 ist runes into it to get some magic find as well. Yeah, this is crazy survivability for you and for the mercenary. Yeah. The rest of the gear is just magic find, so Sacred Whip, Harlequin Crest, whatever shield with magic find you can get, boots with magic find, a belt with magic find, and then there aren't any cheap gloves with magic find yet, so just put anything with resistances on it so the mercenary is capped, or give it something that gives a lot of life. And that would be it. So 23 minutes video. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you find this helpful. If you do, leave me a like and stay tuned for the further updates. I will try to get this to Inferno. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!